Bitcoiners, how's everybody doing? Are you happy we have a new president in the United States? Please tell me you're happy. I have a guy right here that's wearing a Texas hat, and David Bailey came into dinner last night. He was wearing a Make Bitcoin Great Again hat, so I knew I was in a very good spot, David. So, well, Abu Dhabi, we did it. We did it. We hit 1,000K, which is what everybody wanted, right? So, guys, it's really an honor to be here. And honestly, David, thank you. You guys have been amazing. Tracy, you've been amazing. Tracy literally emails me at 5 o'clock in the morning. Then she calls me at 11 o'clock at night. You want to talk about a person who takes her job seriously. She's amazing. But, David, your entire team is really incredible. And obviously, to all our friends in the UAE, this country is amazing. How many people in here from the UAE? Our family loves you. Our family loves you. You know, I got here for the first time, and I think it was 2009. Have a lot of property, did a great property with DAMAC. You can't look out a hotel window in Dubai without seeing a DAMAC sign. They've been great partners. I'm doing a big hotel in Dubai as we speak. We're doing projects in, obviously, we're about to do one here in Abu Dhabi, which we're super excited about. We're doing projects in Jeddah. We're doing projects in Oman. We're doing projects in Riyadh. We're doing projects all over the region. And I'm going to get myself in trouble for a second, but the UAE is the developer's greatest dream because they never say no to anything. In fact, they always tell you to kind of push the limits, and there's no place that's grown faster. There's no place that's been more fun to work in the UAE. I mean, if you want to build it, if you can dream it up, they allow you to do it. And I have to say, unfortunately, to our Western friends, that's not the case back in the United States. It's not the case in Europe. In fact, most of the time, they're actually very quick to say no. You know that better than anybody. And so it's been so much fun. But sky's the limits here, and you know, I promise soon enough these aspirations are going to really return to American cities. But you know, it's really great to be here, guys. It's really, really great. I believe in Bitcoin. I absolutely love Bitcoin. You know, it's got a very special place in our heart, and I'm very proud that my father stood on stage in Nashville, and he came out and said that he's going to be the Bitcoin president. He's going to be the crypto president. He's going to make America the crypto capital of the world. And that's what it should be. He's going to put in smart regulation. He's going to do all the right things. But I also have to say it's very different for me to be on the stage, right? Over the last 20 years, I've talked about every hospitality topic. I've talked at every hospitality conference. Over the last 10 years, I've fought like hell to make sure he became president of the United States. You probably saw us in every swing state and on every T-Brief program in America. And so you're probably asking, why the hell are you here? Why are you here at a Bitcoin conference? And guys, the reason for that is I really believe that this is the future of finance. And I can say with great pride that now that he's won, you're going to have the most pro-crypto president in the history of America. I can honestly say that America is going to lead the way in the digital revolution. And guys, America has to lead in the digital revolution. And you have a person who was the first president to ever speak at a Bitcoin conference, a first president to ever embrace crypto. And to me, that's very special. It was also really special to me when I called my father last week at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday. Does anybody know what happened that day? We hit 100,000. We hit 100,000. And a bunch of the people in this room were blowing me up. They were sending me tweets. And I called my father up and I go, Pops, we just reached the moment that everybody was waiting for. Bitcoin hit 100,000. In true Trump fashion, about 15 seconds later, a tweet popped up. It was, Bitcoiners, congratulations, 100,000. You're welcome. Together, we are going to make America great again. So think, as I said before, think to have an American president for the first time that's committed to making America the crypto capital of the world. Think about a president who isn't going to allow Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to be overregulated and stifled by high taxes. Somebody who will fight like hell against those institutions who have waged war on cryptocurrency. Guys, in America, they've waged war against cryptocurrency. Make no mistake about it. They've sued everybody. They've gone after them using the SEC. They've waged war. They've tried to tax them. A person who pledged to add crypto to the United States Treasury. A person who pledged to make crypto tax-free. I mean, think about all these incredible things. A person who's pledged to fire Gary Gensler. Does anybody like Gary Gensler in here? Gary Gensler waged war against an industry that we all love, and everybody knows it. And instead, appoint Paul Atkins, who is an unbelievable ally to this incredible industry. And guys, I'm proud of that because I truly believe. I truly believe. I'm not being paid to be on this stage. I get nothing out of being on this stage. I believe because it's a future. I truly believe that this is the beginning of a financial revolution, not just in America, but truly around the world. I think that Bitcoin is a fundamental shift in the way we think about money, about how we think about wealth, how we think about really the future. It's a way that, as a guy who runs a big real estate company, I think about how I want to safeguard treasury in our company, how I want to invest, how I want to hedge risk, how I want to transfer funds, how I want to pay vendors, right? How I want to collect funds from tenants and people who pay rent and the people who stay at our hotels, our incredible hotel guests and our incredible members, right? I mean, it's a shift in how companies like ours receive money. And I want to be very clear, that revolution isn't coming. That revolution's already here. There's just so many people in the world that truly can't see it. The vast majority of the people can't see it, and that's scary as hell. And I can tell you, a lot of eyes were opened when Bitcoin hit 100,000. And I can tell you a hell of a lot more eyes are going to be opened when Bitcoin hits 1 million. And I'm confident it's going to hit 1 million. I think we're all confident in this room that it's going to hit 1 million. You know, it's really amazing. Email. Everybody has it. It was created in 1970. I'm not sure if anybody knows this, right? It was a precursor to ARPANET. ARPANET was a defense contractor, really a DoD program that we used in the United States. And if you think about it, email didn't gain widespread popularity for another 25 years. This is email. It's something that all of us have. We all have probably multiple accounts, right? Think about text messages. The first text message was sent in 1992. It was December of 1992. It said, "Merry Christmas." Today, you have 23 billion text messages that are sent every day. That's 270,000 text messages that are sent every second. People are slow as hell to adapt to new technology. People are creatures of habit. Yet, everybody in this room sees something that so many people are so blind to. I have a close friend. He's smart as hell. In fact, there's a friend backstage who knew him very well. And 6 months ago, he was coming up to me, "Bitcoin is funny money. Crypto is funny money." And I would invest in treasuries. I would invest in ETFs. You know, that's how I would invest. And I laughed at him. And every chance I have a chance to remind him, I go, how's your portfolio doing right now? I mean, how's that one working out for you? And coincidentally, the bank that he works for, and it's one of the big 5 banks in the world, they just created a crypto desk. And they're putting hundreds of billions of dollars into cryptos. They're inventing ETFs every single day. Guys, people are slow to adapt to new technologies. And so I know all of you are thinking, you know, Eric, you're from a real estate family. You've spent your entire life in real estate, concrete, drywall. You know, why? You love hard assets. Your family's built monumental wealth, you know, through real estate. You've developed the tallest buildings, you know, in the world. I mean, our concrete buildings, I built Trump Chicago. It was the 7th tallest building in the world when I built it. Our concrete pumps went from Trump Chicago to the Burj Khalifa, and that built that building. I mean, we built the biggest buildings anywhere on Earth. We run the best hotels. We run the best golf courses, right? From everywhere from 5th Avenue to South America, the Middle East, Scotland, Ireland. You know, for our family, real estate's always been the bedrock of wealth creation. You know, it's tangible, it's physical, we love it, you can see it, you can feel it, it has energy. But really, here's the thing, guys, for the first time, there's another asset that has energy. There's another new digital asset that's revolutionary, right? I mean, one that consumes energy, one has life, and one that really has potentially more powerful, you know, potential to be more powerful than anything that we've ever seen before. And let me also be honest, had it not been for the viciousness of politics, I mean, you guys certainly saw it if you're from Texas and you're from those places. Guys, they went after us ruthlessly. So the attacks on the family, the attacks on our company, the nastiness of the system, the hell that they put us through for a 10-year period of time. Guys, they made our life miserable. And I see this all over the world. This isn't just the United States, but had it not been for those attacks, I don't think my eyes would have been as open to the crypto industry as they've become. And by the way, I saw you guys go through those same attacks every single day. I saw them come after you. I saw them strip your bank accounts. I saw them cancel you like crazy. The same thing that they were doing to us because we were running for politics is the exact same thing that they were doing to the crypto industry. And so for the first time, it exposed me to a totally different view on life. You know, not just in America, but also around the world. I mean, guys, I've seen the modern financial system be weaponized. I've seen politics be weaponized. I've seen the legal system in this world be weaponized. And it's one of the reasons that I love crypto. It's one of the reasons I so strongly believe in DeFi. You know, it's one of the reasons we started World Liberty Financial. We've seen the weaponization of the system. We've seen what these people will do. And that's so millions of people could get away from the very financial institutions that were attacking them each and every day. Guys, I've seen people get canceled for their political beliefs. I've seen people get canceled for their religion. I've seen people get canceled for their culture. I've seen wonderful people kicked out of banks because they literally wanted to fly a flag that said, "Make America Great Again," or wear that beautiful red hat that she's wearing right there. I mean, I've seen people lose their accounts for all of them. You know, guys, I've watched people get kicked off of Twitter and Facebook and Instagram simply because they had contrarian views to things. I've seen institutions once trusted around the world, the JP Morgan Chases, the Bank of Americas, the TDs, the biggest banks in the world. And this just isn't in America, this is around the world. I've seen them become total tools of political power and influence. I've seen government regulators walk into banks and say, you know what, I see that you're banking that person, and just understand that we might need to take a little closer look at you if you continue to have them in your portfolio. So why don't you just scoot them out of the way? Guys, I've seen this game. So many people in this room have seen this game. And I think what's more, I've also come to learn and see how antiquated the traditional financing system is around the world. Guys, it's slow as hell. It's inefficient. It's expensive. And generally speaking, it doesn't serve the needs of hundreds of millions of people around the world. You know, people that don't have our balance sheet, people who don't have the Trump last name, people who don't have our assets, people who don't have the advantages that we have as a family. They have no competitive advantage. They have no capital. Individuals around the world have been left behind by the millions. The traditional banking system is rigid. It's vulnerable to manipulation. It's failed the modern world. It's failed to adapt. It's failed to keep up with the modern world. It's failed the needs of the modern world. And guys, really, that's where crypto emerges. You know, I ask this question every single time somebody asks about crypto, but I say, does it make any sense that, you know, a beautiful young couple, they want to go out, they want to get financing for a home. It takes them 90 days, it takes them 120 days to get financing. Does that make any sense whatsoever? By the time they get financing, that home that they wanted to buy, it's gone, it's sold, their dreams are destroyed. How in the world does that make sense? I mean, I can go on my phone right now. I can trade Bitcoin at midnight on a Saturday night while having dinner with my wife. How the hell does it take 120 days to get a loan in developed nations around the world? It doesn't make any sense. The traditional banking system is antiquated. Why do banks work on a 9-to-5 schedule 5 days a week? Does anybody in this room work on a 9-to-5 schedule? No. How does our modern financial system work that way? You know, does it make any sense that hedge fund managers and private wealth advisors, they're taking 220 splits on funds 3/4 of the time they fail to actually beat the S&P 500, right? They fail to beat basic index funds. You have these private wealth guys that are getting points on your money. And you wonder why they're sitting in the biggest buildings in the world. Their big signs are shining down on streets in every city around the world. How in the world does this make sense? Guys, Bitcoin's not just another asset. It's a solution to all of this. It's a solution because it represents a new financial paradigm. And it's a financial paradigm that's decentralized, it's transparent, it's empowering. It levels the playing field. It allows people to store value. It allows people to transfer value. It allows people to grow their wealth without relying on the very financial system, which, if you want to be honest, has left behind 99% of people in the world. You know, if you're part of the top 1%, the traditional financing system is great. And by the way, it's probably the top 1%, if I'm being generous, in the top 10% of countries in the world. Bitcoin's not just an investment. It's a global asset. It's a store of value. It's a hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against political turmoil, political instability, acts of gods, hurricanes, fires, floods, tornadoes. Guys, that's what makes it so powerful. There's no capex. There's no insurance. There's no mismanagement. There's no corruption. There's no brokers. There's no break rooms. There's no HR. There's no DEI nonsense. There's no need for tens of thousands of bankers and massive skyscrapers all over the world pushing credit applications and antiquated paperwork, charging exorbitant fees. There is nothing that's done in those buildings that can't be done better on blockchain. There's nothing done on those, in those buildings that won't eventually be digitized on blockchain. There's nothing that can't be done faster, cheaper, more transparently, and really better in the new frontier. And guys, there's no question that's why this technology is the greatest disruption to the modern financial system. There's no question that the institutions are petrified. Guys, they're petrified. Why do you think BlackRock, and why do you think Schwab, and why do you think JP Morgan and Fidelity, why do you think they're buying crypto by the billions? Now, why do you think every major bank in the world is opening up exchanges and launching ETFs and kind of launching into this new frontier? I used to be the guy that said, if I can't hold it, it's not for me. I've known Michael Saylor for 20 years. And by the way, if you want to talk about a great champion for this industry, it's Michael Saylor. That guy deserves all the credit in the world. There's very few people who are smarter, and there are very few people who are better cheerleaders for an industry that clearly he believes in. He's a national treasure to the United States, and frankly, he's a national treasure to this world. And by the way, just sidetrack, his patience is absolutely remarkable. Has anybody seen that mashup where an interviewer asks him the same question over and over, and he kind of looks down, he sighs, takes a big breath, and then he answers the question that he's answered 100 times. The guy is a remarkable guy. He's an amazing guy, and he's truly a national treasure. But I think I even said to Michael Saylor in the early years, Michael, I don't get this stuff. I know you love Bitcoin. I don't get it. If I can't feel it, if I can't see it, it's really not for me. But now more than ever before, now after everything I've witnessed, having maybe the greatest look behind the curtains of anybody on Earth into what the systems truly are, how the systems are manipulated, Bitcoin is actually proving to be the greatest complement to the hard assets our family loves so much. Just like real estate, obviously Bitcoin's scarce. There's only 21 million. I don't need to tell anybody in this room that. Name another commodity that's capped. Name another commodity that as prices go up, it's not further exploited. Guys, if gold ever went to $20,000, you'd be tearing down this building. You'd be looking in the concrete pillars over there. You'd be trying to mine gold. You'd be changing the supply dynamics. With Bitcoin, you can't. With Bitcoin's supply is capped. That scarcity, that hard limit, it makes it incredibly valuable, especially as these assets are being purchased in the billions. That's why you see the price skyrocket the way it is. But unlike real estate, Bitcoin's not tied to geography. It's global. It's instantly liquid. Try selling this convention center to a REIT right now. I'll see you in 2 years. Try going out and selling a big office building. It will take you 18 months to do. At the end of it, you're going to want to shoot yourself in frustration. Think about the complement to hard assets that Bitcoin is, right? It's instantly liquid. You can buy or sell it while literally having dinner with your wife or your husband or whoever it might be. It's borderless. It can be transferred, it can be sold, it can be, moved with the click of a button. It's a global currency. It doesn't rely on traditional banking systems. It's not subject to the corrupt governments that we talked about before. We see them all over the world. There's corruption everywhere. There's no banks, there's no lawyers, there's no title agencies, there's no brokerage commissions, there's no middlemen. You don't need any of this to operate, to buy, sell. You don't need it to build. And that's why Bitcoin is such an unbelievable asset. Bitcoin and crypto, guys, they truly has the ability to change the world. It has the ability to disrupt traditional banking systems, in the biggest way, which really have been controlled by far too few. And I might be speaking against our own interest. We probably did better in that world than anyone. But Bitcoin is inclusive. It gives everybody the opportunity around the world to participate in ways that they never otherwise would have thought, no matter of their wealth, no matter of their location, the geography. People in developing countries, people who otherwise wouldn't stand a freaking chance. It gives them tremendous opportunity. And people very rarely ever say that about Bitcoin. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a thing that should be celebrated. It's a thing that should be embraced by all. And so really the question is, what does the future hold? What are we going to see? And I think in the next decade, we're going to see Bitcoin, we're going to see crypto. We're going to see it transform the global economy in beautiful ways. We're going to see it transcend borders and institutions. We're going to see that banks have to adapt. We're going to see that governments have to adapt, and governments will adapt. And by the way, those who embrace Bitcoin, those who embrace this digital revolution, those who embrace digital currency, the people who come in early are going to be the people who win. No different than the people who adopted email. No different than the people who embraced SMS. No different than the people who embrace digital photography. Hey, where's Polaroid right now? Does anybody know? They fail to adapt. They're gone. They're no longer relevant. They're no longer present because they didn't see it. I truly believe in the coming decades that this is going to become the cornerstone of the modern global financial system. It'll be used to safeguard your wealth. And make no mistake about it, guys, we as a family, and my father in office, we're going to lead the charge doing this. We're going to lead the charge in every single way. No different than we were one of the first Western brands in the UAE when maybe it wasn't popular, or maybe not even popular, maybe it wasn't common, right, back in the mid-2000s. We're going to be on the forefront of this innovation. We're going to be on the forefront. And we'll continue to champion Bitcoin. We'll continue to champion blockchain. And we're going to continue to champion technologies that I truly believe will transform this world. And I truly think, guys, we're all going to look back, and we're going to remember this time, and we're going to remember these words, and we're going to remember this place. I'm going to remember making that call to my father at 6 o'clock that morning, last Thursday, saying, hey, we just hit 100,000, and I think by then we're going to be many times greater than that. I think we're all going to pay tremendous homage to Satoshi and to the Michael Saylors. And I think we're also going to remember the people who got it wrong. And there's a lot of people that got it wrong. A lot of really smart people who have done very well for themselves, but a lot of people who couldn't see the forest through the trees. Guys, the world's changing in a lot of ways. And the world is going to change in the next 4 years in a lot of ways. And it's certainly going to change for the better in so many ways. And I truly believe that those who recognize that change now are going to be the ones that thrive. So my ending message to everybody here is really congratulations, Bitcoin. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to all the people who have made a fortune off of this technology because you saw it early. Our best days are ahead. And I'm telling you, we're going to have a truly remarkable journey together. So thank you to Abu Dhabi. Thank you to David Bailey. Thank you to Tracy. Thank you to all of you. Our family is going to continue to championship this for a very long time. We're going to continue to be the greatest cheerleaders and the greatest champion. And I can't wait to stand on this stage often. And I can't wait to reflect on these moments. And I can't wait to celebrate a lot of people in this room who get very wealthy because you had the foresight to see a technology in the early days, one before it got mainstream. There's a lot of people in this room that I think are going to do exceptionally well. So, Bitcoiners, I love you. The Trump family loves you, and it's truly a great honor to be here today. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. And to my American friends right here, we love you. Thank you all very much. See you later.
Is your company ready for the next evolution in financial strategy? Bitcoin for Corporations is your partner in securing the future of your business. With exclusive membership benefits, our comprehensive masterclass, and a network of trusted service providers, we provide the insights and resources to help you incorporate Bitcoin into your financial strategy, ensuring stability and long-term value. Strengthen your business. Innovate with confidence. Bitcoin for Corporations, protecting your treasury and positioning you for the future.